Hi there, and welcome back to another episode. In this episode, I want to talk about something a little bit controversial, and it's probably not going to sit well with some people. But I saw it in the news today, did a little bit of digging. Apparently, workers are finding themselves with a little bit more power as it comes into their job these days. Because obviously there's a shortage of workers, and in the age gap, obviously there's a lot of workers are over 50 and a shortage of younger workers. So it's created this unusual situation of actually employers actually having to look after their people to not only retain them but to attract new staff, which highlights to me the fact that these employers could have been doing this in the first place. They could have been looking after their employees better, but for some reason they chose profit over this. Now, there's nothing wrong with profit. Profit is amazing. No business is alive without profit. But at the same time, if you have a well-functioning workforce that enjoy being there, it will be profitable. As long as your business strategy is correct, it will be profitable. And there's a couple of them, especially on the BBC News, that really stood out to me. And it's so this is what they've said, right? So I'm not going to name names or companies. So they're saying it's a price war for temporary staff. So he's having to improve pay, not just improve pay. The next one really bugs me. Improve conditions for existing staff to keep them. Why not just have good conditions in the first place? We're trying to create a happier workforce. We're starting at 8 a.m. rather than 7 a.m. because the staff feedback was, we're trying to raise our wage rates as much as we can to pass our costs on to our clients. I'm pretty sure if your service is better, because this is a service-driven company, your clients will be happier. They are getting better looked after. They're getting more response to the times where they need it. It just seems like a win-win situation that this company could have been doing in the first place. And if the people who use that service want to retain that service, they will pay the extra. Especially for this individual service, it's not going to be someone who's worried about, finances because of just sheerly the logistics of it. And then you have this is like in a restaurant setting. So there's a huge demand out there for people to come to our hotels. The phones have been so busy, but we're having to close areas of our hotel because we don't have staff to cope. Okay, that's a bad thing, you need to have enough staff. But many candidates just don't turn up for the interview because they've already been offered other roles. That's fine, it happens, and it's going to happen even more now if there's more jobs. So people are just looking for more than pay rises these days. Is that a bad thing? So you can have staff come into your organisation that aren't solely looking for money. It's about, and this is their words, it's about flexible working, fitting things around their family, training, and future career prospects as well. That is everything you want from an employee. You want them to be able to have a family life outside of work. If your work doesn't fit in with your family life, then it's not going to work. One will suffer more than the other, and it will cause friction in one of the two areas. So in a modern world now, employers have to look at facts that they have families. Your employees have families. And future career prospects. The future of your business is these people. You want to have driven individuals that want to do well. I don't understand why this is such a great big shock. I mean, I know I want to improve leaders and managers to get to this stage, but it's shocking to me that now organisations are now having to get their head round it, that they actually have to treat their people well. Now, this isn't for all businesses. I can fully imagine that, this is a very small percent, maybe 5 to 10% of businesses are having to do this. But I know of a couple of other businesses, even like local to me, they're struggling to get people because obviously we've just come out of the EU, and they employed historically a lot of foreign agency workers, which is a challenge and a problem to have, because they've had all this time where they can recruit cheap labour and there's been a never-ending supply of it, but now there's not. Companies have to look at retaining their employees rather than just, there's another one around the corner. And to go on a platform of any description and complain about the fact that you can't get workers because you have to treat them correctly, you have to pay them enough to live, it's absolutely shocking. For me anyway. I mean, obviously if you listen to this and it's not shocking to you, then in my opinion you're dead inside, but maybe my podcast isn't for you. So I tried to bring you this to your attention because it's really frustrated me today, and I've really to be honest, I just wanted to get it off my chest. And yeah, I hope you found it informative. Please comment below. I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts. And I'll catch you in the next episode.